Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory. We'll be getting into some swap deals today. Alexis Saelemaekers and or Noah Okafor for a potential swap deal with Tammy Abraham involving Roma and Milan. Also, we've got some breaking news from Gianluca Di Marzio around the Chiesa front. Di Marzio basically said that the door between Roma and Chiesa has never been closed, and that Chiesa is now actually reconsidering a move. And if Chiesa actually makes his mind in these next couple of days, the Fredkins and Roma can really get this done. So we're back going also on that front, which I find very, very, very interesting. But yeah, as always, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well, get your, your well-beings on top of everything, right? Yeah, that's definitely what we say. So let me know how everybody is doing. Let me know if... Is it too loud? No, it's not. Should be fine. Yes, this should be fine. So yeah, let me know how you're doing. Hit the like. If we can get 90 likes on this video, then Chiesa's gonna join us, whether you want him or not. We're gonna delve into this because I think it's a very big debate. I think it's a debate which right now, the 5th of August, is dividing a lot of fans. If a month ago every single Roma fan was ready to welcome Chiesa, everybody was so happy, enthusiastic. Now I think Roma fans are quite divided on this front. We don't doubt his qualities. He's an incredible player, and it's no lie that if Chiesa joins us, then we would be a massive top 4 contender. And I'm gonna throw it out there, but if we reinforce our team well and add Chiesa to the players like Dovbyk and Sule, I'm going to push it out there. You know me, I'm very, very, very skeptical when mentioning this. But if you get me Chiesa, if you get me Bellanova, and if you get me Richard Rios, adding on to Sule and Dovbyk, I'm going to say it. We would be in a title race. But, that will only happen if the quality of these next signings is going to be as good as the previous ones. Otherwise, long way to go, long way until perfection strikes. So yeah, the Chiesa front is a question which is gonna divide us. So I want to get your thoughts. I want to get your interactions here, because are you somebody who has completely forgotten about Chiesa, or are you somebody who gives Chiesa another chance? We were speaking about love stories yesterday. Then yeah, if you're up there wanting to let us know about your past relationships, are you somebody who lets go after chance number 1? Or are you somebody who insists even after chance number 1? It's kind of the same scenario, it really is. But before, in fact, no, let's start with this because it's breaking news. So yeah, I'm going to start off with this, and then we're going to move on to this Saelemaekers Okafor swap deal, Tammy, Milan and Roma scenario. Is the volume good? Because yesterday I was actually rewatching the live stream and there was a weird sound, so hopefully the sound has disappeared. If one of you guys can give me this in the live chat, then I'll know that the sound is perfect. Let me know if it's high, low, perfect and all of that. Right, let me read you what Di Marzio posted. He literally posted this at 9 o'clock. So 20 minutes ago. Contacts between the Giallorossi sporting director Ghisolfi and the player's agent Fali Ramadani have never stopped. Now Roma could push, especially if Chiesa were to give the definitive green light to the transfer. However, the player is evaluating every possibility, with the Giallorossi hypothesis always remaining open. So what Di Marzio is saying today is that, what Di Marzio is saying is that it's not a done deal. The personal agreements have not been found. No, a big step hasn't been achieved. What Di Marzio is here to say is that, unlike many of us thought, the hypothesis between Chiesa and Roma is not shut. Which is something which a lot of fans, including a lot of journalists, thought that Roma gave up, including me. I did not think that Roma would still be on Chiesa, because I think De Rossi, is working on this X factor of bringing what do we call it? Bringing hungry players who want to be here at Roma, and Chiesa's shown everything apart from that. So I definitely thought that this was not going to happen, but I will also say that it was one of those operations which made very sense last minute. Juventus need to sell him. Juventus are in urgency to sell him. Chiesa can't find a team. Now, if you put 15 million on the table max, Juventus are going to accept because Juventus need the money and Chiesa needs a team. So, oh my God. Ibrahim Wali with another $20 dono. Are we going to lose Bove, he says. We're going to speak about Bove in a second. Mate, you're a GOAT. You're an absolute GOAT. I mean, I don't know what to call you, whether it's a GOAT or, you are a GOAT. You're an absolute GOAT. You're more of a GOAT than Chiesa, that's for sure. So thank you very much. We're going to speak about Bove in a second. Right. By the way, I always say this, but over the last 48 hours, Ibrahim has funded an away game this season. So if you ever see an away game vlog, then in the comments remember to thank Ibrahim, because over the last 48 hours he has definitely funded travel to an away game. So I love you and I love everybody here. So I did not think Roma would still be on him, but at the same time it was one of those operations which kind of became what do we want to call it? Became an opportunity. Became an opportunity because now it's cheap. Because now Juventus need to sell him. Because now Chiesa's understood, after having waited a month, that nobody wants him. So maybe he can make him his mind. But again, the debate which divides here is, do we still want him? Because this goes against this element of wanting hungry players. Because Chiesa's showing the opposite of a hungry player. You know, the fact that Chiesa's still skeptical on Roma and still considering this Roma move, putting it in a contest of other opportunities and other bids, shows you that he's not convinced about this move. So, do we want him? Do we need him? Do we need his attitude? That's the question. Not because his quality we need. His quality, great quality. We can't lie that if we have Chiesa, we would have a great attack. But personality is very important in a football team. You know, personality of a team, of a player that wants to be here compared to a personality of a player who doesn't want to be here and has always put Roma on the bottom of the list. Kind of, oh well, if nobody wants him, I'll go there. But that's not my priority. Kind of the opposite of Sule. So, okay, I understand that initially you might have wanted to wait a Champions League team. I fully get that, because Roma is not a Champions League team. Juventus is a Champions League team. So I'm kind of like, it's okay. At the start, a month ago, I would have gone, fine. Take your time, decide. If you want to wait for Bayern Munich to present a bid, we will accept this. But having this attitude 1 month after having realized that nobody wants you and still being skeptical on this, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. The conclusion to this is, my conclusion, of course, everybody thinks whatever they want, but my conclusion here is, I'm not going to complain if we get him, because I think complaining about Chiesa, then we deserve Nzonzi. So of course I'm not going to complain. I'd be happy, because the quality is there, and add him onto Dovbyk, Dybala and Sule, I see him an incredible quadruple up front. But I'm going to be honest with you, I would much rather other options. I've seen it in the chat coming from Dion Henson. Galeno from Porto is a 100% better option than Chiesa. In my opinion. I would much rather spend 20 million, 25 million on Galeno than 15 million on Chiesa. Galeno is a bowler. Galeno is a player who, I was writing this on the fan forum, he is a touchline winger in a sense that he can play with his feet around the touchline and still not lose the ball. And that is what we need. Somebody who scores, somebody who skills, somebody who cuts in, somebody who's fast. You know, he is the Porto Neymar. Neymar from Porto. So seeing Roma linked with Galeno makes me kind of want to forget Chiesa. I'm not going to complain if we get Chiesa. I would much rather other options though. But if we get Chiesa, I'm not going to complain. That is my conclusion to this. Let me know what you think. Chiesa will be hungry on the pitch. I think Roma fans are being a bit foolish for not wanting Chiesa just because he's making his time to make a decision. Well, I agree, but I also disagree. I agree that it's Chiesa, he's a good player. It's okay to wait and then decide. Yes, but, you know, problem is, whenever we lose a few games, fans start turning against the players and say, oh, clear out the players, build a team of players who want to be here. 80% of these players don't even want to be here. So it's kind of falling in your own trap. How many times in match reactions after we lose, me and you have said, clear out this team, 80% of these players don't care. And that's ultimately why we haven't achieved their objectives. Okay, Chiesa's Chiesa, special option, special exception, he's a great player. But then what happens if we don't get top 4 again? We are going to have this argument again, and we're going to kind of stab ourselves and go, oh well, you see, we always make these mistakes of, we've appointed Chiesa, he doesn't want to be here, and he's not going to give it his best. So it's kind of like a cycle. Yes, we get attracted by Chiesa, we get Chiesa, we don't reach our objectives, we hate on Chiesa and the team. And then the next summer window, we're linked with Mbappe doesn't want to come, Roma fans start turning up, but then Mbappe again, and then we sign Mbappe. Forget about that. But you know what I mean? You see what I mean? We're very divided on everything. And the other thing is wages. You know, Chiesa's not going to earn less than 6.5 million, 7 million. You know, his wages are high. Is that what we want to do? I don't know. So that's that. Now, swap deal. Il Corriere dello Sport this morning has basically mentioned how Milan and Roma basically understood that Milan are not going to pay the 25 million, which is a shame because with the full money package, I think Roma would have used that money to get a great player, whether it's Bellanova, whether it's I don't know, but 25 million is a lot. What Milan want to do is include some swap deals, and Roma's kind of tempted to say yes to this option. Of course, it depends on the swap deals that they propose. The players that they have considered, haven't directly proposed, but have considered are Jovic, Okafor and Saelemaekers. Now, of course, all of these 3 players are worth less than Tammy's value. So we either get Saelemaekers plus money, we either get Okafor plus money, we either get Jovic plus money, or we get Saelemaekers and Okafor, or Okafor and Jovic. I don't think, personally, Il Corriere dello Sport this morning was saying how Milan are potentially considering to offer Saelemaekers and Okafor for Tammy Abraham. I highly doubt that. There is no reason as to why Milan would do a 2-player swap for 1 player. You know, swapping 2 players for 1 is always a downgrade because it kind of fucks up your squad depth. So yeah, there is at least right now, I highly doubt that Milan are gonna offer a 2-player swap deal for a 1-player swap deal. It's just not an equal equation. You know, why would Milan give 2 players to us and we will give them 1? They are obviously reinforcing us. Whether these players are better than Tammy or not, giving 2 players and, you know, giving away 2 players and getting 1 player is always a downgrade. You know, it's like, I've got 2 candies, I give you 2 candies, you give me 1 candy. You know, you definitely won on this deal. So I highly doubt this, but it is true that Milan value Saelemaekers lower than what Roma do with Tammy. So Milan value Saelemaekers at around 10 million, Milan value Okafor at around 15 million. So if they want to include one of these 2 players, then they would have to put some money or put them together. A 2-player swap deal would be incredible. You know, I'm with the idea that if we can swap Tammy for Okafor and Saelemaekers, it's a massive win for us because we would sort out our wingers and add quality and squad depth to them, and we would also add squad depth and quality to that striker front and a potentially left winger because Okafor can play both. So, you know, I would love a 2-player swap deal. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to be a lunatic. I'm going to say something which might sound as lunatic, but it's not me. Look, I'm going to say it. I'm not crazy, but I am getting way more excited by Saelemaekers than I am for Okafor. I don't know what it is. I think Saelemaekers at Roma would fit in better than Okafor at Roma. I think Okafor would fit in well. But I think Saelemaekers, if we get Bologna Saelemaekers, incredible player. Incredible player. Versatility, speed, technique, because he bagged his goals and contributions yesterday. The only question here is, every Bologna player was great last season, so it's hard to get that version of the player that was at Bologna last season. But, you know, I've seen a lot of comments go, oh, Saelemaekers, no, we don't want him. And I'm kind of asking myself this question, and to you guys, are we really that disgusted by Saelemaekers? I don't get that disgusted by the idea of appointing Saelemaekers. I don't get that disgusted by the option of swapping Tammy for Saelemaekers plus 10 million. I really don't. Maybe it's because I'm a lunatic. Maybe it's because I'm crazy and I don't 100% have seen Saelemaekers play. You know, a lot of people stress on Pioli Saelemaekers. De Rossi beat Pioli in 2 consecutive games, spaced out by a week, 2 months after being appointed as a Roma manager. Everybody beats Pioli. Pioli won a league title because of pure luck. Everybody beats Pioli. So I don't think you judge a player because he played bad in Pioli's system. You know, look at Thiago Motta's system. Saelemaekers in Thiago Motta's system last season he played like Eden Hazard. Absolutely everywhere. I mean, he scored a fucking Panenka goal in front of our eyes last year. You know, he's got the quality, he's got the technique. But the thing with Saelemaekers is that I think it's the way he plays that will come very handy in De Rossi's system. De Rossi needs wingers. I'm not saying Saelemaekers is a starting winger. No. But he's a perfect squad depth player. He's a perfect second line. He's a perfect second line. Absolutely perfect second line. So I'm like, okay, people don't like him. But are we that disgusted by this option? I am not. I wouldn't mind Okafor, because Okafor, again, is versatile, can play as a striker, can play as a left winger. But I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm more excited by Saelemaekers than I am for Okafor. If we can get both, it's a massive win. But, of course, getting both for one, you need to have some great negotiation skills. So yeah. And yeah, oh my god, Ibrahim again with the $10. Per character, jumping up and down, saying #1 fan. Mate, you're a legend. I don't know what to do. I feel like I need to do something. Yeah. Do you want to send me an email? Send me an email and I will ship you a sticker packet, okay? Send me an email at info.romatheory@gmail.com and I'll send you a sticker packet. Where is it? I'll send you this sticker packet. Okay? Let's do this. You deserve something. Okay? Stickers, send me an email. Give me like your postal address, postal code, postal office, and yeah, we'll get that sorted. Why didn't Bologna get Saelemaekers then? I don't get it. Well, because he was on loan. And because Bologna changed a lot. You know, Bologna sold Zirkzee, Bologna sold Calafiori. He was on loan to Milan. He was on loan from Milan. He's a player which fit in well in Thiago Motta's system. That doesn't mean that he'll fit in well in Italiano's system. That doesn't mean that he'll fit well in De Rossi's system. I see similarities, though, in the way how De Rossi wants to start playing and how Thiago Motta wants to play. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind him. Again, not only him, but I wouldn't mind him. I really wouldn't. I think he'd be good. He runs a lot. He jumps up and down. That's the thing. He jumps up and down, never gets tired. He can play as a defensive fullback. He has played as a defensive fullback. He's played as a right winger. He's played as a left winger. Very, very, very versatile, you know. So yeah, so I'm like, why not? Let me read a few comments. We are stepping up this window. I was feeling stressed before the signings. Well, I was too. But yeah, we've stepped up the game, definitely. What do you think of Roma as new stadium plans? When does it start to be built? Well, they have to go through all the bureaucratic things, check the site, because the problem in Rome is that when they start digging, they always find ancient Roman ruins in the floor. So, yeah, before it's going to start being built, there have to be a few checks to be done. Rumours are that Inter are now the leaders in the race to sign Chiesa. Frattesi swap proposed. I'm not sure how we can fit Chiesa, Dybala, Sule, Dovbyk and Pellegrini in a starting formation. That's the thing, but always remember, squad depth is important. So let's not just base ourselves on the starting 11, because the second line 11 should be equally as good. Not equally as good, equally as prolific, which is different. Equally as determined to make the difference as the starting 11. As a Milanista, you can get Okafor, forget Saelemaekers. Or Okafor plus money, because only Okafor, you ain't getting Tammy then. It's as simple as that. Too many options is a good problem to have, but we need to sort out the wing. Yeah, the right wing is the next priority. It's going to happen. And I think it's going to be a big name. Not a big name, but a good name. You probably saw in the fan forum, I'm annoyed at Chiesa, but for the good of Roma, and if he actually shows us that he wants to play for us, I probably won't be annoyed. Yes. What do you think of Roman? Yeah, read that. Ibrahim, please buy me a jersey. Imagine Chiesa watching this stream. Hurry up, my boy. It's a yes or no scenario. By the way, have we all read Villar, his interview saying how his dream is to get back playing at Roma? I don't get why that guy got so much hate. I really don't get why that guy gets so much hate. He's such a wholesome lad. He was such a baller, but then he didn't have his chances and his space with Mourinho, and then he left. And all of a sudden, everybody says he's shit. I would get him back in a heartbeat. I would, as a second line instead of what's his name? What's that guy? You know in the Europa League. When he signed Wijnaldum, Villar was such a better option. I posted an Instagram story today, an Instagram post, and then reposted my post, and Villar actually visualized it. So Villar, Gonzalito, if you're watching this video, please come back. We all love you. We love you. Rome loves you. You love Roma. It's a match made in heaven. Come back. We love you. You know. You've got this team and these fans in your heart, and we can tell. So pick up. Give a good old phone call to De Rossi and come back. I would not protest. I would love to get Villar back. Galeno from Porto is a far better option as a left winger. I agree. I think Roma fans, read that. Our first Serie A game, I'll be travelling home from Lithuania, so I'll have to watch it in the car. So if I scream, my mum will get pissed. Bove under De Rossi is a ghost, so if Fiorentina are willing to pay 15 million or more, sell him. Maybe. I disagree. I think we're rushing this too much. De Rossi didn't get a preseason last year. De Rossi got 4 months of action, 5 months of action. I think we're judging Bove too quick. Bove didn't even get his chances. Bove is special. Selling Bove is just us repeating a mistake that we've made 1,000 times. Especially selling him for 12 million. 12 million. I'm not saying he's worth more than 25 million, 20 million, but he's not worth 12 million. And sometimes Roma need to be less scared to be the villain of the situation. If you want Bove, you pay the money. But don't sell Bove. I'm gonna be heartbroken if we sell Bove. I really am. I'm gonna be so sad. The guy, back in January, he was the only player that we defended in match reactions. Don't go. I'd go as far to say that I would much rather keep Bove and get a good other centre mid than sell Bove and get a decent, great centre mid. I want to get another midfielder, but I want to keep Bove. I really do. I really want to keep him. Simon deserves all the support because you're always there for Roma fans. Oh, thank you, mate. So kind of you. Even Wesley can be better than Chiesa. I see. Yeah, I see. I'm not gonna denigrate Chiesa that much. I'm just not liking the way he's acting. But player-wise, he's a great player. Bruno Conti forever. Surely we can't get all these players because of financial difficulties. Well, we've watered away quite a few of them, so I don't know. Let's see. If he runs a lot and jumps up and down, he's a good replacement for Tammy, says Giovanni. Fair observation, Simo. I will come to Rome and will dig so I can sell these artifacts for money, and then I will buy Roma and bring Mbappe. Life plan, that is. I think we're top 3, and it will look Juve first, Inter second, Roma third, Bologna fourth, Milan fifth. Napoli with Conte are guaranteed going to get top 5, top 4. Clip this comment right now. Napoli with no European Cups and with Antonio Conte on that bench are guaranteed going to get top 4. I can burn my hand saying this. This season is going to be a massive fight. To be at those levels, we need 3 more quality signings. Napoli are going to get there. Inter are going to get there. Milan are going to get there. Juventus, I don't know because Thiago Motta's first season could be weak. Atalanta. So we're there. We're there. We can compete. Especially if we add 3 more players. Yes, we can compete. But it's not guaranteed that we're going to get top 4. And we know Roma. You know, they always have those crises at a certain point of the season. Simo Tona, which Italian team had the best transfer market? Well, I'd say Roma. 2 weeks ago, I would have never said this. But right now, I'd say Roma. Not being biased at all here. How will Bologna will do in the UCL? Well, they'll go bad. They'll go bad. They'll get out. Definitely get out. Bologna getting UCL before us. Right, I'm going to catch you tomorrow. Friendly game tomorrow against Barnsley. If it's live, I'm going to try and do a live watch along. Depends on the time though, because tomorrow they're going to come to my house and kind of remake all of these windows around me. So I'm gonna have workers in this room probably all day long. So it depends on the timing of the friendly game, and it also depends on what time it is. Otherwise, I'm going to do a match reaction on it. Maybe a live watch along, but I'm not going to promise it. Don't forget to hit the like. If you're watching live or not, hit the like in this video. Subscribe to the channel. Get your friends, your families. Ibrahim, you've got the money power. Get your family power. Bring them all in. But yeah, get everybody here. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll be very curious to read your comments on your opinions on this transfer window. And I'll talk to you soon. Simo out. Good evening and good night. Good night to you all. Chin chin.